You're in a boat, sir.
Who's Kimmelman's starting. Kimmelman's starting, right? Yeah. Okay. Go now. Yeah. From the Riverhead campus here at Riverhead High School in Riverhead, New York. This is Hampton's Collegiate Baseball, Game 2 of the Hampton's Collegiate Baseball Championship Finals between the Southampton Breakers and the Riverhead Tomcats, with the Riverhead Tomcats leading 1-0. My name is Greg Diener, and on commentary is Mike Moore. Mike, this certainly should be a great second day of the championship series with Southampton as we get underway with the starter for Riverhead, Steve Kimmelman, on the mound. Kimmelman, 2-1 for the season, as the first pitch is taken for a ball. Kimmelman 2-1 during the regular season on 11 games pitched, 26 in the third innings, 33 strikeouts, and 20 walks. The leadoff batter is Vinny Sorrell as the pitch is high for ball 2. Mike, what are your thoughts on today's second game of the championship?
Well, Greg, a win for Southampton, and they're champions, and the Riverhead Tomcats looking to force the third and final game tomorrow. 2-0 count to Zerillo here. Fastball fouled off, and the count is now 2-1. We'll give you the Breakers lineup here. Vinny Zerillo leads off and plays center field. Brenton Allen bats second and plays right. Rob Scott hitting third, playing short. In the cleanup position, Rob Fonseca playing first, number 5. John Testani bats fifth. 1-2 pitch. 2-1 pitch is a fastball up high, and the Kimmerman falls behind 3-1. Brant Whitting batting sixth and catching. Connor Jones batting seventh and playing left field, and Bobby Guerin batting eighth and playing third, and Ryan Kerman, the DH, batting in. 3-1 pitch is hot foul out of play. And the count is now full, 3-2 strikes to Vinny Zerillo leading off here.
Zerillo hit .316 in the regular season, the leading hitter for the Breakers. Led the team in hits with 48 during the regular season. Playoff pitch. Fouled off, we'll do it again.
Zerillo here, Greg, left-handed batter, looking to get things started. Kimmelman gets a sign from Wiener, and the payoff pitch is pop foul. We will do it again. So a good at bat to start the game here for Zerillo, working up the pitch count of Kimmelman early.
And that's what a leadoff hitter like Zerillo has to do. Show a lot of patience at the plate. Take his time here.
Eighth pitch of the at bat is on its way. And it's down low, ball 4, so Zerillo works out a leadoff walk. Good start for the Breakers as he is on. And now bring on Brenton Allen, left-handed batter wearing number 28 and playing right field. So Zerillo, we'll keep an eye on him at first base, Greg, as Kimmelman walks the leadoff batter to start the game.
Allen out of UCLA, the leading hitter for the Breakers this season. .329 batting average and 28 hits and 85 at-bats during the regular season. 2 home runs and 11 RBIs.
First pitch is a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike to Allen, and the count is 0-1. We'll give you the defensive alignment for the Breakers following this pitch here, working from the stretch. 0-1 pitch, runner goes, and it's a curveball. Taken for called strike, throw to second is not in time. It's a stolen base for Zerillo, and he definitely picked a good choice of selection there, going on the curveball. Steals second base standing up.
That was a very high throw by the catcher, Eric Wiener. Josh Mason, making the shortstop for Riverhead, making a nice attempt to try to get Zarilla out at second base, but to no avail.
0-2 pitch is a fastball down low, and the count is a ball and 2 strikes. So immediately the Breakers have a runner in scoring position, Greg. Nobody out here.
And on deck, of course, the guy who was the hero of game number 1 for Southampton, Rob Scott, had a terrific day. We'll bring those numbers in just a moment.
From the stretch, the pitch is a fly ball hit to deep center field. Gorecki is back, and it goes off of the wall, so it drops in for an extra base hit. And Allen is safe at second with a stand-up double, Greg. Looked like Gorecki there lost track of that ball in the sun. And you can see that Zarilla was ready to tag up, so when the ball went over Gorecki's head, Zarilla did not get a good jump on it, but he is at third, second and third, and nobody out here in the top of the first. Good start for the Breakers.
And remember, this is the fence here, a makeshift fence out here in Riverhead High School, so ball can easily go over the fence in just a second.
Second and third, and nobody out here for Rob Scott. He takes the first pitch on the outside corner, a fastball for a strike, and the count is 0-1.
Rob Scott, the hero in yesterday's 6-2 victory for the Breakers, a 2-run single in the bottom of the third, and the big 3-run shot to left field in the 5th inning, as Scott fouls that one off, and there'll be no balls and 2 strikes.
So quickly, Kimmelman gets ahead on the count to Scott, 0-2.
Scott tied for the team lead in home runs and RBIs with his fellow teammate John Testani, who was batting 5th.
Tomcats playing the infield back. They'll concede the run to get the out here. From the stretch, the 0-2 pitch is on its way. And it's swung on and missed. Strike 3. Good pitch thrown there by Kimmelman. He gets a big strikeout of Scott, his first out of the afternoon. And runners remain at second and third. So a big out there for Kimmelman, picking up his first out this afternoon.
Yes. And now that will bring up the cleanup hitter in the order, Ram Fonseca. 46 hits and 142 at-bats in the regular season, 8 home runs, 35 RBIs, as that pitch is a ball.
I'll give you the defensive alignment for the Tomcats after this pitch here. Again, Tomcats conceding the run for the out here, which is a fastball up high, and Kimmelman falls behind in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Joe Testani is on deck. First base is open, Greg, so he has a base to work with Kimmelman. A walk would set up a force at any base and a double play opportunity, so we'll see how careful Kimmelman is to the cleanup hitter here for the Breakers. From the stretch, 2-0 pitch is a changeup up high, and Kimmelman is behind on the count, 3 balls and no strikes, and it does appear here, Greg, that Kimmelman is working around Fonseca to get to Testani.
Yeah, the last pitch there, he just floated it as that ball was hit high in the air.
Fly ball to right, Barrios is under it.
Tagging up,
Makes the catch, and no advance by the runner, so another huge out there. Fonseca swinging 3-0, Greg.
That's not a very good strategy with 3-0, especially when one pitch could load up the bases. And as you saw, Zarilla was thinking about making the tag home, but saw that the throw was going to make it in time and wisely decided to go back to third base.
So after giving up a leadoff walk and then a double, Kimmelman had runners at second and third and nobody out. He gets Scott to strike out and Fonseca to fly out to right. Now is able to get out of the inning here with an out as John Testani steps in, right-handed batter. First pitch is outside for a ball, and the count is 1-0. This would be a big lift for both Kimmelman and the Tomcats if he can get out of this inning unscathed after having runners at second and third and nobody out.
As we mentioned, Testani tied for the Southampton team lead in home runs with Rob Scott with 9.
Pitches a ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. Zarilla comes in to score, and the throw home gets away, and Allen comes in to score. It's a 2-out, 2-run single for John Testani, and the Southampton Breakers get on the board first. They lead it by a score of 2-0, so a big clutch 2-out hit for Testani to give the Breakers the early lead.
That was just what the doctor ordered for Southampton after coming out with the 2 outs following the double and the leadoff walk. Testani certainly coming through early to give the Breakers the 2-0 advantage.
And a good job by Testani advancing to second. Ground ball too short. Tough play on the backhand. Mason has it. Long throw across And off the back, but making the tag nicely is Lupins to retire the side, scored 6-3, and that will end the inning. But a good start for the Breakers as they pick up 2 runs on 2 hits.
The Eichhorn, in 10 games pitched, 2-1 on the regular season, 4.72 ERA, 16 strikeouts with 18 walks. Most of his appearances have come out of the bullpen. He has made only 3 starts in 10 appearances, of course, this season. So most of his experience coming out of the bullpen. So this is for Eichhorn. This is going to be a interesting experience for him, trying to win a division championship this afternoon for Southampton, as head coach for Southampton, Rob Caffiero, puts the ball into his hands, trusting him to give the Breakers their first ever Hampton Collegiate Baseball Championship today.
Austin Miller steps into the plate, right-handed batter wearing number 3 and playing left field, to be followed by Alex Olay and Jim Lupins. And the first pitch to Miller is a fastball down low, and the count is 1-0. Pitch is a fastball taken, and that evens the count at a ball and a strike. So Anthony Eichhorn on the bump with a 2-run cushion to start. Working quickly, 1-1 pitch is a check swing on the inside corner for a called strike, and quickly Eichhorn is ahead on the count to Miller, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Which is a fastball check swing, and he went around, so the home plate umpire. So Miller goes down for the first out here in the bottom half of the first inning, first strikeout for Anthony Eichhorn, and that'll bring up Alex Soleil wearing number 10, left-handed batter, designated hitter. Defensively for the Breakers is Rob Fonseca at first, John Castani at second, Bobby Guerin at third, Rob Scott at short, Connor Jones in left, Vinny Zerillo in center, Brenton Allen in right, Brant Whiting the catcher. And Anthony Eichhorn on the mound. 1-0 count to Soleil. Pitches a fastball inside. And the count is 2 balls and no strikes to Alex Soleil, designated hitter this afternoon for the Tomcats, playing an elimination game here, looking to force a decisive Game 3 tomorrow afternoon. Pitches a ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. So Soleil, with the count in his favor, 2-0 swinging, picks up a seeing-eye single up the middle. First hit on the afternoon for the Tomcats, and that'll bring the tying run to the plate. And the batter is going to be the left-hander, number 21, Jim Lupins, playing first base. So Greg, down in his favor, Soleil takes the pitch right up the middle and picks up a seeing-eye single, and that brings the tying run to the plate with 1 out.
Yes, indeed. And Jimmy Lupins hitting .346 for Riverhead this season. 45 hits, led the team in that category. As that pitch is taken for a ball, represented the Hamptons division this year, as I mentioned yesterday, at the ACBL All-Star Game this year in Brooklyn, New York at MCU Park.
One that falls up high, the count is now 2-0. Keep an eye on Soleil at first. Hitters count here 2-0.
Lupins had a pair of hits yesterday in the Game 1 loss, a pair of singles.
Soleil with a short lead at first from the stretch. It's a fly ball hit to deep center field. Zerillo is back, way back, and he makes the catch just in front of the fence. So a long out there for Lupins. Heading back to first is Soleil, and that is the second out here in the bottom of the first. Lupins just missed that 2-0 pitch there, and he got away with one.
That's as deep as you're going to go without hitting one out here at Riverhead High School. But if anyone can probably hit a home run here at this park, this is the guy to do it. Josh Mason set a new Hamptons Collegiate Baseball single-season home run record in home runs this year with 12, as the pickoff attempt goes for naught for Southampton.
Mason wearing number 13, hitting cleanup, playing shortstop, left-handed batter.
William and Mary had 4 multi-home run games this season. Certainly was a factor in him breaking Kevin Heller, who broke the home run record last year for the West Hampton Aviators with 11. Heller, of course, this year got drafted in the 40th round by the Boston Red Sox.
It just lined up the middle and through for a base hit. So Mason picks up his first hit of the afternoon, second hit of the inning for the Tomcats, they have runners at first and second and 2 out now for Joe Forney. Forney, a right-handed batter wearing number 20 and playing third base. So the early line here, Greg, Eichhorn is getting behind on the count to the batters, and he's coming right at them, challenging them with the fastballs, and Soleil on a 2-0 count lines the base hit up the middle, and Mason with the count in his favor 1-0, singles up the middle as well. So the go-ahead runners at the plate, tying runners at first with 2 out here. For Forney, first pitch is outside. Nice play by Whiting to keep it in front of him, and the count is 1-0. This is a hitter's park, Greg. 375 in the gaps, 350 in the gaps, 375 to straightaway center.
Well, compared to some of the other parks here in this league, particularly in Westhampton, maybe for example, and Norfolk, this is kind of like a deep. This is kind of a park for a pitcher here in this league. Considering how home friendly it says, the runners go.
Steal, runners go. Throw to third, and it is dropped. So both runners are safe on the double steal. And Greg, it appears that if Bobby Guerin was able to hold on to that ball on the throw by Whiting, that he was going to throw out Soleil. So a big double steal there. Now the tying runners in scoring position with 2 men out. The count is even at a ball and a strike to Forney.
Some great strategy there by Coach Randy Caden of the Tomcats to send the runners going.
Pitch is chopped foul, and the count is now a ball and 2 strikes to Forney.
Of course, Bobby Guerin, the third baseman for Southampton, you got a feel for him during the course of the playoffs. The other day, in the deciding third game in the semifinals against Norfolk, made 2 big errors that put Norfolk back in the game, and made an error yesterday in the 6th inning as
fastball on the outside corner, strike 3 called. So Eichhorn is able to get out of the inning as he gets Forney looking for his second strikeout, and he leads runners at second and third. So we'll continue your thoughts, Greg, on that situation with Bobby Guerin. Let's just give you the bottom half of the first inning for the Tomcats here. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on. 1 in the books here at Riverhead High School. The score remains 2-0 in favor of the Southampton Breakers. And Greg, why don't you finish your story that you were mentioning about Bobby Guerin between innings here?
Well, as I was mentioning, it's very tough in these playoffs because every little play you make, it's one thing if it's in a regular season game, but in the postseason, every little play gets magnified under a microscope, especially in a league championship like we're having right now. So, but
Bobby Guerin and his brother play together. I believe it's at Princeton University.
Princeton University,
and they are the sons of Mets bench coach Bob Guerin. So they have a lot of family history in terms of the major league.
And another Mets connection. Southampton pitcher Paul Paez, although he did not sign, was drafted this year in the 18th round by the Mets. And of course, Paez had an incredible year for Southampton. One of the top pitchers in the ACBL this year, 7-2 with an ERA under 2 and with a save this season. And certainly, Paul Paez will be the leading candidate for ACBL Pitcher of the Year during the year-end awards this year.
So we go to the top half of the second inning. The Breakers scoring 2 runs in their half of the first to take a 2-0 lead. 7, 8, 9 in the order here. Connor Jones leads off. He'll be followed by Bobby Guerin and Ryan Kerman against Steve Killerman in his second inning of work. Jones, left-handed batter, wearing number 17. First pitch is a fastball on the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Killerman allowed a leadoff walk and then a double to Brenton Allen, first 2 batters he faced. Then he struck out Scott and got Fonseca to fly out and was almost about to get out of the jam, but then Testani picked up a 2-run single with 2 outs in the top of the first to give the Breakers their 2 runs. Count is even at a ball and a strike to Connor Jones. Pitch is up high, and the count is now 2 balls and 1 strike. Timmerman gave up 2 runs on 2 hits in the first inning. He walked 1 and struck out. Trying to retire the leadoff batter here for the first time this afternoon. Working from the line. 2-1 pitch is a chopper foul in front of home, and that evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Southampton Breakers, the number 3 seed, 21-18 record.
Of course, Southampton defeating Norfolk to get here, 2-1 to their first ever Hampton Collegiate Baseball Series, as Kimmelman with the strikeout of Connor Jones, one away here in the top half of the second inning.
Like a nice off-speed pitch there. Second strikeout on the afternoon for Kimmelman. One out and nobody on for Bobby Guerin. Left-handed batter wearing number 21 and playing third base. First pitch is a fastball up high. And the count is 1-0 to Guerin. Kimmelman working from the first base side up the rubber, gets a sign from Weiner. 1-0 pitch is outside, and the count is 2 balls and no strikes. So, Greg, the Breakers continue to show patience at the plate here, getting hitters' counts and taking advantage. 2-0 pitch is a line drive base hit to right field. So, Guerin on the 2-0 fastball takes it to right field for a 1-out single. Third hit on the afternoon for the Breakers, and they'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Ryan Kerman.
Nice little. That's just the way you want to have it right there. Wasting a base hit like that. So now, Ryan Kerman coming up to bat, his first at bat in the championship series. He had the day off yesterday.
First pitch is a fastball up high, and the count is 1-0. So despite having some struggles early with his command, he does have good velocity with that fastball, popping it into the glove of Weiner. Just needs to work on the control a little more here and keep these deficit at 2. 1-0 pitch is up high, and the count is 2 balls and no strikes. Time is called as Weiner goes out to talk to his battery mate Kimmelman, and you can see when Kimmelman gets ahead on the count, Greg, he's getting those batters out, but when he falls behind, he gave up the double to Allen and the 2-run single to Tostani on a 1-0 count. Guerin got the base hit with 1 out on a 2-0 count, so Weiner goes out to try to calm down Kimmelman here. 1 out and 1 on, top of the second. Breakers lead it 2-0 and lead the series 1-0. They won game 1 yesterday 6-2. From the stretch, pitches inside, and the count is 3 balls and no strikes for the number 9 hitter, Ryan Kerman, with the leadoff batter, Vinny Cirillo, who had a leadoff walk, a stolen base, and a run score his first time up, waiting on deck. Green light here, Greg?
I would think so.
3-0 pitch is taken for a strike, and the count is 3-1. Good take there, I think, by Kerman. Still has the count in his favor. Number 9 hitter trying to get things going here. Good fastball there. Swung on and missed. And after falling behind in the count 3-0, Kimmelman has come back to work at full 3 inches, so we'll keep an eye on Guerin at first base. Not a lot of speed there. We'll see if he is sent. Runner does not go. Payoff pitch is fouled off. We will do it again at 3-2.
Kerman during the regular season hit under 200 with 6 RBIs for Southampton. Hitting number 9 here.
Payoff pitch is up high, ball 4, so Kerman works out a walk. That moves Guerin up to second base. First and second and 1 out. Second walk surrendered by Kimmelman, and that will bring up the leadoff hitter, Vinny Cirillo. Cirillo led off the game after an 8-pitch at bat with a walk. He then stole second and scored on the 2-run single by John Tostani. So another threat for the Breakers here as they have runners at first and second and just 1 out for the leadoff batter. First pitch is pop foul out of play, and the count is 0-1. So, Greg, the Breakers continuing to show patience here in the early going, not only getting on base via the walk and getting hitters' counts, but they're also starting to increase that pitch count of Kimmelman here on a very hot Thursday afternoon, and that's going to be a key as well.
Is indeed.
Guerin is at second, Kerman is at first. 0-1 pitch to Cirillo. A fastball up high, and that evens the count at a ball and a strike with Brenton Allen on deck. Allen hit a long double to straightaway center his first time up. So a huge batter here for Kimmelman. Looking to keep the deficit at just 2. Runners lead first and second from the stretch. 1-1 pitch is a fastball that just misses low. And the count is 2-1.
Kimmelman needs to settle down here. Certainly would love to have a ground ball here to get out of this inning. You don't want to have this deficit get any larger. Down 2-0 here.
2-1 pitch is outside, and Kimmelman falls behind on the count to Cirillo. 3 balls and 1 strike. Check that, ball 4. Excuse me, I thought it was 3-1. We must have missed one there, Greg.
Yes.
So it's ball 4, so that'll load the bases.
for Brenton Allen.
Third walk of the game surrendered by Kilman. Second consecutive walk in this inning. So bases loaded now, and just one out for Brenton Allen, who hit a long double his first time up.
And certainly Allen, with the power he displayed earlier in yesterday's first game, certainly could have the power to take one out for a grand slam.
First pitch is a fastball outside, and the count is 1-0. And Kimmelman is just struggling with the strike zone here.
And with the heart of the Southampton order coming up, Kimmelman needs to get a big out here.
1-0 pitch is top foul, and the bat goes flying through the uprights.
Kick is good. As you can see right there on the side right here, we're right by the football field here at Riverhead High School, and as you can see right there, if you can see you might see where the bat landed. The bat went flying out of the hands of Allen and went through the goalposts.
You have to love the reaction of almost everybody. What does everybody do when they see that, Greg?
I don't know. What do they?
Put their arms up. So about 7 signals that the kick was good there. So the bat goes flying over the first base side of the leg. The ball goes over the third base side.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe we should get Tom Coughlin on the phone. Maybe we could have Brenton Allen compete for the starting kicker job from Lawrence Tynes.
Tomcats set up at double play depth here. Check swing. And the appeal, no swing. So the count is now 2 balls and 1 strike to Brenton Allen, with Rob Scott standing on deck. So the breakers are set up here for a big inning. But again, a double play can get Kimmelman and the Tomcats out of the jam here. 2-1 pitch is a ground ball to short. Mason has it to second for 1. Throw to first, not in time. So Allen beats it out, coming in from third to score the third run of the game is Bobby Guerin. Going second to third is Kerman. So it's an RBI fielder's choice for Brenton Allen. So it just hit too slowly for Mason to turn the double play there. Good speed by Allen, picking up the run batted in.
Some hesitation there by the second baseman on the play. It looked like he waited a bit, wasn't sure if he was going to get the out, and that small hesitation led to Allen being safe in the run scoring as he goes to second, as in for a called strike, and Allen will take second base without a throw. So now runners at second and third for Southampton here with Scott at the plate.
Scott struck out swinging his first time. The count is 0-1. So Allen taking advantage. Wiener deciding not to throw down. So now a base hit could play 2 more runs. Pitch is outside, and that evens the count at a ball and a strike for Rob Scott. So the inning started out rather harmlessly with Jones striking out, but Guerin then singled on a 2-0 count. Kerman and Zerillo had back-to-back walks, and Allen reaches on the fielder's choice. Line drive, base hit to left field. 1 run comes in, and Allen goes to third. It's an RBI single for Rob Scott. And the Breakers have plated 2 here into the top half of the second inning, and they now lead it by a score of 4-0.
So for Scott, his 6th RBI in this championship series. Rob Scott loving the drama right here in this championship final in 2012, as the Breakers now lead 4-0 as Rob Fonseca takes the first pitch foul, no balls and 1 strike.
Fonseca flied out to right his first time up. Bois making the play there, and at the time it was a big out, but then Toscani picked up the 2-run single. Breakers continue to get 2-out hits here, and productive ones as well. Pitches a changeup up high, that evens the count at a ball and a strike to Fonseca. So we'll see if Scott, just as Allen did, decides with second base being open to steal there. We'll see if Scott is in motion as well here. Kimmelman really laboring. Runner goes, pitches down low, and taking second without a throw is Rob Scott with a stolen base. So aggressive base running on the part of the Breakers here. They now have 2 in scoring position. For Fonseca, Kimmelman continues to struggle here with that pitch count. Increasing pitches outside.
Well, of course, Riverhead being very depleted, losing one of their starters, Will Bacon, and losing their closer, Nick Johnson.
Hitters count here 3-1 to Fonseca. And the 3-1 pitch is top foul, out of play. So that runs the count full 3-2. So Kimmelman needs a big out here. The Breakers have pushed 2 across in the first and second innings. A base hit here could break this game wide open. And Kimmelman needs to get the out here, Greg, to keep it at a 4-run deficit. Plenty of time, obviously, left in the game here. Payoff pitch is a fly ball hit to left field. Under it is Miller, and he makes the catch, and that retires the side. But a good inning again for the Breakers as they pick up 2 more runs on 2 hits. There were no errors.
2 men left on base.
2 men left on base. We score after an inning and a half here at Riverhead High School. It is now the the Southampton Breakers tour, and the Riverhead Tomcats coming up. Greg Skeeter, Mike Moore here live from Riverhead High School. Greg, your thoughts so far? First inning and a half in the books here, game number 2. Southampton is looking to pick up the sweep.
Yes, indeed. And Southampton, of course, should they win this game, they will advance to the ACBL championship round, where they will be reseeded as at least the 2 seed, depending on what happens in the Kaiser and the Wolf divisions. Of course, Southampton in Riverhead, should either team win the championship, they will be seeded at least as the number 2 seed, since the 2 recipients in the Kaiser division, the finalists in the Kaiser division, the Staten Island Tide and the New York Atlantics, have better regular season records than the Tomcats and the Breakers. And of course, in the Wolf division, Trenton has a better regular season record than Riverhead and Southampton with 26 wins. So, at the very least, Southampton or Riverhead will be a 2 seed, depending on what happens in the Wolf division championship final between Trenton and North Jersey. Should North Jersey defeat Trenton in that final, either Southampton or Riverhead will host the play